Welcome to the Bounce Your Ostinatos extras lesson. I'm glad you enjoyed the first part, and in this extras, what I've done on the sheet music is taken a foundational ostinato drum pattern and expanded that same pattern all the way around the kit, making different rhythms. It's actually pretty cool. So on the first part of the lesson, just as a review, we kept the ostinato on the hi-hat, and we bounced it. In this, we're going to be moving that ostinato pattern around. And it can be difficult because you're not just hitting one surface anymore. Your mind's going to be hearing these different drums being hit, and it can throw you off. So take it slowly and really think that ostinato is the same. You're just hitting different drums. I'm going to start by playing number one, the foundational ostinato pattern. The second rhythm here moves the snare drum on count 2 to the hi-hat. So it'll be 2 and and So instead of having 2 and you've got 2 and Let me play that for you. And again, that can be hard because you're hearing that other hi-hat, and before you had the snare. Just take it slow and get used to the way it feels, not necessarily the way it sounds. All right, the third rhythm there just moves the right stick ostinato pattern to the low tom. So the left stick is back to the snare on count 2 like it was in the first one. And at the end, you're going to see that there's still an open hi-hat. That open hi-hat has to be played with the left stick because you've also got a right stick on the low tom. It's going to be And it's easier for me if I actually look at the notation for the first rhythm, and I know that that X, I'm playing on the low tom now. That just makes it easier. It might help you. Let me play it for you. This next rhythm can get complicated, but remember, don't think about what it sounds like. Just think about the pattern that you're doing. This one goes back and forth, the count 1, and then the count and, 2, and between the low tom and the high tom. So all the numbers are on the low tom, all the ands are on the, not high tom, but the hi-hat. Here's what it sounds like. The next one just reverses that. So all the numbers are on the hi-hat and all the ands are on the low tom. And because that last and has the low tom and the hi-hat, you're going to have to use the left stick on that hi-hat. And the last thing written here is a drum fill application of that beat. And what's cool about this, well, first let me explain the pattern. It goes 2 on the high, then the middle, and then the low. And then I'm going to hit the crash cymbal at the end. No open hi-hat, it's going to be the snare instead. I'm going to play that fill for you. What's cool about using this technique of just moving the hands around is I can actually be playing the foundational pattern, and I can throw in a drum fill that's the exact same pattern, but sounds different. Check it out. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and got something out of it. Move those ostinatos around the drum set, add in those doubles, diddles, whatever you want to call them, and really expand the sound of your drumming. So I'm going to play this second beat for you. Missed the bass drum. So I'm going to play this second beat for you. I missed the bass drum. So I'm going to play this second beat for you. I missed the bass drum.